Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Gina Bullard.
And I'm Joe Chiodo. Happy to have you here this morning on your Tuesday. Let's get you over to Aaron Little tracking everything you need to know if you're heading outside. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Joe and Gina. Bright and early at 4:30 this morning, we have a great live shot for you right now on our Bordner City camera. This is just off of the stadium complex for Jackson County commuters. If you're an early riser taking I-70 to downtown Kansas City, no issues there. The majority of us are holding steady here with temperatures in the upper 20s and lower 30s. We have 32 in Odessa, 32 in Olathe, 33 degrees right now out to the west in Lawrence. We will see a mild morning for many of us, starting off with temperatures in the 30s. By the lunch hour, we'll climb to readings in the middle 40s, but I expect we're going to soar into the 50s today for some of us. We'll have that latest look ahead to your forecast for this afternoon here in minutes. Joe, over to you.
Thanks, Aaron. Right now it is 4:31 here, and breaking news overnight we're on top of right now, the execution of Lisa Montgomery. We're learning it will not take place today.
Late last night, a court granted a stay.
And Montgomery's attorney successfully argued she's losing touch with reality and the execution should not take place. Montgomery is a convicted of killing a pregnant Missouri mother and kidnapping her unborn baby. Bobby Joe Stinnett was just 23 years old.
Our investigative team has been watching this case closely. They will continue to bring you the very latest on this case. Breaking overnight, we are working to learn more about a shooting at Armour and Broadway in KCTV5. Happened before 9:30 last night. We brought you this as breaking news last night at 10. This morning, we know one person was critically hurt in the shooting, but we're still waiting for more information. This is a developing story.
Last week, a man showed up at the Missouri Highway Patrol office in Lee's Summit with a gun. Yesterday, a threat against deputies in Bates County put government buildings on lockdown. With everything that has happened over the past week, it was a situation everybody did take seriously. KCTV5's Betsy Webster went to Butler and talked with the sheriff there.
The sheriff says a little after noon, a woman called to say a man was standing outside here making a terrifying threat. They immediately locked down and suited up in tactical gear for the worst possible scenario.
He says he's going to get the next person that walks out the building. She assumed that meant he was armed.
A fair assumption, the sheriff said by phone. The first thing that came to mind was what happened at the Highway Patrol office in Lee's Summit last week. A man who fired at troopers walking out and was subsequently shot by them.
We immediately went to that. Is this the next case?
They locked down and swept the county offices as well as the sheriff's office. Public assistance led them here, where the sheriff himself located the man who ran but didn't put up a fight once caught. The sheriff says it turns out the man's longtime girlfriend died the week before and said he was upset deputies took her phone to investigate.
I think this was all the call for help. He was needing help and he didn't know how. And we realized he's just having a mental breakdown.
The sheriff says the man was not armed and didn't have any guns elsewhere. He says that he's here in the jail right now and already being connected with the mental health professionals he needs here. In Butler, Missouri, Betsy Webster, KCTV5 News.
In the Missouri State Highway Patrol case, prosecutors still have not charged Tayland Rahim. He was shot by troopers outside of Troop A headquarters in Lee's Summit. This morning, still in the hospital. Meanwhile, investigators, they're still searching for a motive. They hope to find some answers in Rahim's cell phone and a flash drive. We'll keep you updated on what they do find. It is 4:34. Police in KCK are trying to solve an aggravated assault against an officer. They want to talk to 16-year-old Terrell Moore and 19-year-old Emma Sue Sumpter. Officers aren't calling them suspects at this point, rather persons of interest. Police say the assault in question happened in October.
Washington, D.C. is ramping up security ahead of President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration next week. There are warnings from the FBI that extremists around the country will launch armed demonstrations as Democrats move forward with impeaching President Trump. CBS's Deborah Alfarone is there with more.
House Democrats say they have the votes they need to impeach President Trump a second time on Wednesday.
We have more than a majority.
The impeachment resolution argues President Trump gravely endangered the security of the United States during last week's assault at the U.S. Capitol.
The best way to heal and unify our nation is to hold accountable those who attacked our Capitol and those who incited that attack.
First, the House will vote today on a resolution urging Vice President Mike Pence to activate the 25th Amendment, though he's shown no signs of considering such action.
To declare President Donald J. Trump incapable of executing the duties of his office. The FBI is warning of armed protests at all 50 state capitals leading up to Inauguration Day. Officials here in D.C. say they want Americans to stay home January 20th.
Our goals right now are to encourage Americans to participate virtually.
President-elect Joe Biden received his second coronavirus vaccine yesterday. He plans to take the oath of office on the same steps the rioters overran.
I'm not afraid of taking the oath outside.
Democrats are looking for ways to keep a Senate impeachment trial from sidetracking the new president's agenda.
Can you go half day on dealing with the impeachment and half day getting my people nominated and confirmed in the Senate?
Today, President Trump travels to South Texas to visit the border wall. It'll be his first public appearance since the riot. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Kansas lawmakers have started a new legislative session with more security inside the Capitol.
We have an added duty this session, a duty to keep each other safe, so that every single one of us in this chamber and everyone working on the other side of these doors goes home safe to their families.
More state troopers are on patrol in the state capitol after last week's insurrection at the Capitol. Governor Laura Kelly's office says all threats are being taken seriously.
Missouri Governor Mike Parson is promising sunny days are ahead as he took the oath of office at the state capitol.
And I will faithfully demean myself.
And I will faithfully demean myself.
In the office of Missouri Governor.
In the office of Missouri Governor.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
The governor says he will work to provide the tools needed for doctors and nurses, law enforcement, and teachers.